Well, good morning, everybody out in oneBURGH world. I'm Brian Carruthers, your Yinzer-in-Chief here of oneBURGH, live on the Facebook page and on YouTube. This is oneBURGH 1 Week, the 5 top moments in Pittsburgh that's happening to you, our beloved Yinzer Nation here at oneBURGH and oneBURGH.com. Hey, I would be remiss not to welcome in the man to my left or your right, depending on how you're looking at your phone right now, the Yinzer sports director, the sports Yinzer director. We're still not sure. Please welcome Ed Troop.
What's going on, my man? Good morning to you.
Ed.
You
think we can do a high five? Can we do a high five?
Wait a minute. I got to go like this.
Yeah. Other way.
I don't know what to do. There we go. Bam. Bam.
Hey, how you doing, pal?
Good, my friend. Good. It's been an exciting week. Our first true week of no football at all. Football is over.
Thank God.
So, and for guys like you, we're very excited because spring has sprung and baseball is right around the corner. Look out, man. Buccos 2024, baby.
And here's the thing. We're not going to get into the Pirates today, unfortunately, but
this is so disappointed. The ratings just went like this.
This is an ongoing conversation, and I'll stand by it. No one looks forward to football season because of the weather, the darkness. Everybody looks forward to baseball season because of the weather and the light. Light will return to Pittsburgh, right?
Absolutely. A lot of dark, gray, cloudy days in the Burgh, right, throughout the year. I think like out of 365 days, 250 of them are crappy, right?
Look at your head. Look how pale you are. Give us a little bit of look at the top.
I know. We got to get the tan back going, right?
Oh my God. My God. Let me see if this oh, there we go. Look now, what do you think about that light? I look like I'm at a supermarket.
You do. You look like you're in the produce section. Like you're gonna get some good guacamole.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, hey guys, thanks for checking out the show today. Feel free to comment. Any comment that goes up, we'll put it up. We'll talk to you, say hello. Even the lonely. You know, Pittsburgh was voted the loneliest city in America, one of the loneliest cities in America, as reported on oneBURGH this week. So if you're just sitting at home, alone, sad, Ed will be your friend. He'll give you his cell phone number if you ask.
Yeah, pretty easy to find out there, right? Why is Pittsburgh the loneliest city in America? And by the way, who comes up with these lists? I mean, is there somebody just sitting around and then who do they talk to? I have so many questions about these top 10 lists that are put out there. I mean,
I think that list was like click. I think that list was like clickbait, or like as they call on KISS, list bait. Right. It's list bait because they basically said, here's how many people live in Pittsburgh and how many people declare on the census that they live alone. And they basically said, well, look, percentage-wise, living alone equals loneliness. And so we're going to say Pittsburgh's the loneliest city. I think it's unfair. I think that one was a little weird.
Yeah, like I said, just, I don't know who does these polls, who they talk to, who they call. Like you said, I think it's just like, people sitting around trying to figure things out. But, man, I'm going to defend the Burgh. We are not the loneliest city in America, man. We are a happy, go-get type of place. People out and about, they get excited about their sports. They get excited about their tunnel when you come through the 4-pit tunnel and you see that beautiful skyline, the stadiums. Let's go, man. Pittsburgh's the place to be.
You think that gets people unlonely or no loneliness when they go through a depressing, dark tunnel and they see how big the city is, but they go home alone and they know no one?
Hey, listen, maybe back in the day in 1955 or something, whenever it was in a steel mill and there was a lot going on as far as not being able to see or look around, maybe at that time. Maybe at that
time. Maybe. Although when we went to college together at Point Park, you put together suicide tapes that were love songs. Were you lonely when you listened to the love song tape?
Oh man, now we're dating ourselves. We don't talk.
Hey, let's get to the first. We got 5 moments in Pittsburgh that we thought were important this week. And Ed, why don't you get to number 5?
So this past week, Jaromir Jagr, last weekend, there he is on the left side, returned to the Pittsburgh Penguins for them to retire number 68. And I started thinking, man, a couple things on this. One is Mario and Yager were two of the best to ever play the game, two of the ever best to be in a Penguin uniform. They were the Michael Jordan to the Scottie Pippen, that being Mario Lemieux. By the way, do you say Mario or Mario?
That's a interesting question. I guess I say Mario. Is it Mario? I say Super Mario Brothers, but I say Mario Lemieux.
It always just drives me nuts. I'm watching, and then you always get the out of town newscaster on the local news. The 20-something this is their first bite of a major market. They're only going to be here for about 3 months, and they're going to move on to another TV station. It's when they pronounce Zelianopol like Z. Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny. I just saw there was someone who left WTAE. And some girl, I have no idea who she was. Unfortunately, she's no Sally Wiggin, who is, but she's not even an unknown person named Sally to me. But I see all these things. Goodbye, Pittsburgh. I love you. She was here for like 9 months.
Right.
Come on, man.
No one beats Sally Wiggin, by the way. So,
no doubt.
But so is it Mario? It doesn't matter. So anyhow, Michael Jordan to Scottie Pippen, Mario to Yager. But it got me thinking.
I mean, truthfully, though, we will say they're not in the comparison of fantastic sports duos. Mario and Jaromir Jagr are great, but the duo of Pippen and Jordan did win more championships.
Oh man, what's six NBA titles?
Right. Yeah, now people will argue that the Stanley Cup Finals is the hardest thing you can do, and blah blah blah, but they didn't do as many.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was the mullet. Right, everybody went mullet crazy this past weekend about Yags coming back. And did you have a mullet when you were a kid? Because I did. And
you did have a mullet.
I did have a mullet as a kid. I had the party in the back going on during my baseball days. I think you have a picture. We should have pre-planned this. This was my Little League picture that you love, which I would give for you the next time I see you with that, by the way. I found something for you.
Oh, great. I can't wait to see that.
You'll be excited. You can add it to your office there in the back. But,
yeah, great.
But did you have a mullet, my friend, when you were young?
I didn't. My parents never allowed me to have a mullet. That was just something that it wasn't like it just wasn't in us to get one. My dad was a business in the front, business in the back kind of person. So there were no mullets in the Carruthers household.
Now, I was more of like a Billy Ray Cyrus, mullet going on. The Jaromir Jagr was a beautiful.
Wait a second. The Billy Ray, that's like Joe Dirt, white trash, like iron pressed down. That's what you had? You had the Billy Ray?
I had the Billy Ray going on, man.
Wow. That's amazing.
To be honest, I don't think it was a full-out mullet. I had the tail, the curly little tail right in the middle.
Oh, you had the rat tail.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
you had the rat tail. Well, the rat – so there's the yam here, which was like just the monster bush in the back. Then there was the Billy Ray, and he was flat in the back. And then you're talking about a rat tail.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you had the rat tail. You grew up in Bell Vernon, and – everybody saw you, and they're like, here comes Troop with that rat tail. They loved it.
And then when I had hair, I had the lines going back through here, too, like the MC Hammer, like lines that you had going through right here. You remember those?
Okay. Wow.
Through here, I had the thing. I mean, I had it all going on. Now I'm bald. So now there's nothing.
Do you wish you could go back to those days, or are you okay? Like you feel like you've moved on and like it's okay?
There you go. So that was me, Ed Gainey on the right?
And it's funny. And look, I love a gimmick. There's no one who loves a gimmick more than me. But this Jaromir mullet gimmick, I know it started as a goof. I actually can't believe that they wore all these mullets in front of him. I thought for a guy who was very fickle, to say the least, with the fans and with any kind of like media attention and engaging and anything, I thought that he would say hell no to these mullets. But then, here's a picture of Gainey, the mayor, greeting him. And now, look at Yamir's face in this picture. Does that look like a guy who appreciates a black guy with a big fake mullet laughing at him?
I think he loves it. Look at him. I mean, this picture, I didn't see this picture. This is the first I'm seeing this one.
He looks like a psychopath. Gainey, I guess they were like, yeah, go for it. And Jaromir is just like, oh, my God, get me out of here.
This is a great picture when Gainey's up for re-election here in a couple years. He's got to lead with this photo right here. He's got to wear the mullet to his campaign rallies in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You know, it was fantastic. Shout out to the Penguins. Kudos to them. It was a nice day. It seemed like everything went right. And for all you Pens fans out there and people who should just care about Pittsburgh in general, this was the first public appearance of Mario Lemieux since he sold the group and has had kind of a feud going with the Fenway group. And so that was nice to see Mario come out, be public, be part of it, even though deep down he probably was like, I hate these sons of bitches. I can't believe I'm here. But he did it for his buddy.
I feel like Pittsburgh sports gets it wrong with some of their superstars at the end. Like Franco Harris, for instance, he went to Seattle to play for Seahawks that final year, which, you know, if you talk to anybody, you know, just was ridiculous. You know, think about, I'm trying to think of some other, well, McCutcheon's another one that kind of escaped, but we got him back here at the end, which is good.
We did, but you know, he wasn't happy about it. I think the difference is Franco wanted to leave because he wanted to leave. He wanted more money. We were done with him. I think the only guy who got it right as far as playing goes was Bettis. Jerome Bettis got it right. And by miracle, you know, we took the bus home and all that fairy tale stuff, which is amazing and really great. But remember, he took a massive pay cut for that fairy tale to come together. So I don't know, as he ages and wants to invest in things, and I don't think there's any worry that Jerome Bettis needs money. I think that honestly, he probably was like, maybe I should have tried to make some more money while I could, but we were going to cut him.
Well, and I don't want to get on a whole sports thing here. We're talking about the 5 biggest moments in Pittsburgh here on oneBURGH, 1 week. But just a little tidbit, and we'll move on to the next item. Jerome Bettis' son is a very good football player. I just read recently he's going to go to Notre Dame to play football, but he's not a running back. I think he's a big wide receiver or a big defensive back. And he doesn't look anything like Jerome does in pads. Complete opposite. Real tall, real skinny, very athletic, kind of like Joey Porter Jr. like.
Oh, I thought you were going to say kind of like me.
Kind of like you. Yeah, tall. Well, I got the tall part right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm not going to, come on, man. I'm not going there.
I know. I appreciate it.
You look beautiful.
Yeah, that's Jerome Bettis Jr., man. What pressure coming into Notre Dame with the name Jerome Bettis. Hey, real quick, here's a picture of
That is not Jerome Bettis Jr.
Yeah, that's not Jerome Bettis Jr. That's Jaromir Jagr. It looks like at the Coliseum in Rome with his girlfriend, who I think is like, I think she was born in 1995, which would make her 28 years old, 29 years old to Jamir's 55. She wasn't born during the Stanley Cup runs. He gave her a shout out and said, thanks to my girlfriend. And she wasn't around to see our Pittsburgh days, and everybody laughed. He said, but I told her all about it. Jamir, but just between me, you, and Ed, there's no way you told her about your days at Chauncey's. There's no way you told her about your days at the Boardwalk. There's no way you told her about the days at Parkway Center Mall. Let's just say Pittsburgh was nice, and collectively for Bro Code, we'll all move on.
Absolutely. Well put, my friend. Well put.
Yes.
And all I can say is, well, there you go.
She's a knockout. If you Google her, I think her name is like Mariana something. Wow. Absolutely a knockout. Not as cute as the girl that posted the picture on Twitter to try to blackmail Jagr that he hooked up with. That girl, wow. I mean, I need to know more about her.
Yeah. And so Jag's got it done on the ice, and he also got it done in 1995, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
Hey, moves on to our next subject of the week, my friend. How about the article that was posted on oneBURGH about Mitch Trubinsky, who, of course, was cut. Mark Cabali and I talked about that yesterday, about him being one of the 3 cuts, the first moves of the offseason for the Steelers. But he was forced to text a welcome text to Kenny Pickett. When the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett, it's like, go ahead, there you go. Text your possible replacement. It would be like right now you saying, hey, Ed, I got a guy by the name of Sam Smith. I want you to text him and welcome him to oneBURGH. But, oh, by the way, he's going to be taking over your weekly sports show that you just started, by the way, next week.
I do like this story a lot. I was really excited to see it. It's just funny. It's like, what in the world is going on at the Steeler complex? Like, and I know that everyone will say, oh, this is what should be done. That's the classy thing to do and blah, blah, blah. But I guess this is not the right thing to do, which is force a guy to welcome him. But like, I kind of love these dirty details coming out. I love that Trubisky was forced to do it. I love that he didn't really want to be with Pickett. I love Roethlisberger, who now is a Hall of Fame quarterback, who now is a Hall of Fame troll of the team. I love when he talks about Mason Rudolph, where he didn't want advice from him. This is the stuff as a fan that I want in the worst way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's one thing like when you're in the youth level, the high school level, the college level, but when you're a professional athlete being paid millions and millions of dollars, I think you just got to kind of do your own thing. And it's a very competitive league, man. I mean, these are guys that are fighting to get on a 53-man roster every year that can be replaced at any moment. They can get hurt any moment, not guaranteed their contract. Football,
yes,
very different than baseball. Now, of course, in today's world, they're guaranteeing money in different ways, but ultimately, you're not guaranteed anything. You could be cut tomorrow, and when you're forced to welcome your possible replacement, that was a very interesting article that you had out here this past week. And
do you believe it? Do you believe that story to be true?
Who knows, man? I mean, who's forced to do anything? I mean, what are they going to tell Trubisky? Like, hey, man, if you don't send this text, you're not going to be our starting quarterback. I think that sounds a little ridiculous. But I will say this: Mark Cabali from The Athletic, who was on our show yesterday, had an interesting take on that. Had mentioned that when you signed the free agency period, the NFL free agency period, the new season starts on March 13th, and it's usually in and around that date. So you got to kind of watch when you need a position, and we'll just use the quarterback position as an example. Find a free agent like Trubisky. He's going to be your guy. And then fast forward 2 months later, a month and a half later, the NFL draft. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, I just signed this high profile quarterback that's going to be my guy. But now I'm going to draft a number 1 draft pick out of Pittsburgh right next door, bring him in. So, Cabali kind of said it too. He goes, Trubisky kind of got screwed on that. He was promised the starting job. He gets screwed as a free agent. Then all of a sudden, a month and a half later, it's like, oh, by the way, we're bringing in this quarterback that most likely, could and will replace you.
Well, look, he made $5 million a year, so he's not screwed too bad. I don't feel bad for him. I follow his cute wife on Instagram. They're still living a great life. They were already at the beach the day that he decided to leave the Steelers, so it's fine. I'm sure competitively speaking, he would like to be part of it, but Mitch Trubisky, someone that Pittsburgh will forget and will never be mentioned again.
And ultimately, man, it comes down to the quality of play, right? I mean, he did not perform where they wanted him to, not even to the term where they could keep him around as a backup. I mean, he got cut because he couldn't even be the backup. So, ultimately the performance on the field is what ultimately cost him in the end. But, there's 2 jobs in Pittsburgh when you talk football that are always high topic and high octane, right?
Right.
The offensive coordinator and the quarterback. And we've had
I guess I was going to say head coach, but I guess that's not. It's been proven that it doesn't matter too much. But anyway, Trubisky is gone. Look, if we had to make a text, do it. He's making $5 million, but yeah, that was the text basically that Jesus had to send to Judas or vice versa.
Hey, the next subject that you had up was right there. America's worst grocery store is in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So I thought this was kind of interesting. Man, I absolutely love the Shop and Save commercial that we grew up on. The Shop and Save lady, of course, she's still around. She's still back.
Kathy Silvar or Silva. I just know her as Kathy, the Shop and Save lady.
Giant Eagles after it, of course. They're always out there with all their gimmicks, with their perks and their gas savings and everything else.
Yes.
The Market District is, of course, like the Taj Mahal of grocery stores here in Pittsburgh, right? And by the way, we're not getting paid by any of these as a sponsor. We could throw that out there.
Well, I'm actually getting paid by Kathy, the Shop and Save lady, as her male prostitute. But I don't want to talk about that anymore.
You're not bringing that. Oh, not anymore.
Don't bring that up.
So that has now ended. Foodland, of course, another oldie but a goodie. Still a couple Foodlands around, I think. But this was put up this past week. America's worst grocery store in Pittsburgh is.
Well, no, America's worst grocery store is in Pittsburgh, and it's the Giant Eagle on Cedar Avenue in the north side. Now, for those of you who don't know that area, that's kind of over by The old what's the old theater that they tore down and they redid? Oh
The
man,
Biome?
wow.
I'm kidding.
Which was it?
I said the Biome, and then I was like, that's a bad joke.
No, whatever, like that old oh god, does anyone know? Comment if you know, if anyone's out there. Yeah, that was it's across the street from the pool that's over there, the Elks Club. It is horrible. My brother used to live on Cedar Avenue. I think Ed, you and I walked home from Steeler games from Heinz Field, now Acrisure, to there, and I think we've stopped there for chips, half drunk. I don't know if it's the worst in America, but it gets your attention for being one of the scariest. Like, cars are pulling in super fast. People are screaming. It's not well lit. Yeah, I mean, it's it's sketchy.
I've never been. I know where it is. I know what you're referring to, but I've never been inside that Giant Eagle.
Wait, I thought we walked there together. I thought we walked past it together.
I think we have. I mean, inside. I've never been inside to check it out further.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Well, think of the inside and then, or think of the outside and then put that in the inside, and you'll be pretty much set.
But on the flip side, my friend, I'll share a little good news on
Yes.
grocery stores in Pittsburgh. There's a brand new grocery store that just opened in the Hill District here recently.
Okay.
And a quick Google gets you the name. It used to be the old Shop and Save that was in the Hill District.
This is so Pittsburgh, the old Shop and Save.
They'll probably call it the old Shop and Save forever. It's
Yeah.
a brand new grocery store that just opened. I've seen stories on the local news about it. It looks fantastic, but the most important part of that is that's a food desert area. And if you're familiar with the concept of food deserts, these are areas in a lot of urban cities. Pittsburgh, of course, you can throw that out there, that people just don't have easy access to get groceries, to get healthy foods, to get fruit, vegetables, stuff that if you're in the suburbs, you probably take for granted that you can just hop in your car and drive 5 or 10 minutes down the road. These are in big, major urban cities that people got to take a bus for an hour just to be able to go get a gallon of milk. So a big need, and you can check that off your list. I want to go check it out. It's like I said, in the Hill District there. Can't get the name, man. I should Google it, but maybe I'll get you a name here.
Everyone in Pittsburgh will know it as the old food land, so don't worry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, the number 2 that we wanted to get to was speaking of the Hill District, which is right down the street from PPG Paints. Jaromir Jagr and Drake, going back to Jagr, have a little bit of a feud going on right now. Jagr apparently took all the good hotel rooms from Drake while they were both in town at the same time this past weekend. A lot of people, as we put this on oneBURGH yesterday, have said, well, Drake is second in line. Drake doesn't mean anything to the city the way Jaromir does. I think it's just basically Drake has a crappy manager. We just couldn't figure this out. Drake's manager needed to think about this. The Drake concert was promoted and scheduled before they were going to do the Jaromir thing.
Yeah, and Drake's not getting on hotels.com and booking his weekend in Pittsburgh for his concert, right? You're exactly right. He has 50 people that are in charge of booking the hotel for him and the 1,000 other people that are traveling with him. I thought that was pretty funny. And the same can be seen for Jaromir Jagr too. I mean, he's not booking any hotels. But yeah, very interesting that you say that about the Drake Jagr feud. I mean, it was a big weekend in Pittsburgh. You have Jagr, you have Drake, and did you see Drake gave away $50,000 to a cancer survivor? How about that?
Wow, how did that work? I saw the headline. Did he just write the check and give it to them, or did he know that person was going to be there?
I have no clue, man. All I know is in the middle of that concert, he stopped. He pointed somebody out and said, "I got a gift for you." I think it was either $50,000 or $75,000 that he gave to him. So that was pretty amazing by Drake. I'm a big Drake fan, man. It's one of my probably top.
What's your favorite Drake song? Did you go to the show?
Well, let's go here. I did not go to the show. I wish I would have.
Do not play any music. We'll immediately be kicked off of YouTube and Facebook. Do not play music.
Okay. Well, then here we'll go here. So Jumpman.
That's our buddy Bill Barra. He said, "Good morning." Good morning, Bill. You look great, bud.
Jumpman still here.
Before you read Drake lyrics, can I quickly go back? We had the Bill said $50,000 to the cancer survivor from Drake. That's it. Troop just said that, Bill. He just said that Drake's giving $50,000 $1,000. He only made probably $1 million to be there, which is awesome. Just real quick, and I don't even know if we can even do this. The Drake article was on the Fan's website, 93.7 The Fan. Who is this guy? Do you know this person? I mean, this guy, they've locked him in a room. It doesn't look healthy. It looks half lit. It looks like it's almost a hostage video.
Yeah, where is this guy? I mean, I got our backgrounds. Oh, this guy
looks like Mike. Is that Mike Singletary that they're interviewing? It does look like him, doesn't it? With the glasses. Okay. Remember, he was on the trolling the sidelines for. Is he talking about losing the San Francisco job? All right, take that off. I think we've committed some Facebook crime.
Hey, real quick, two thoughts I want to get to. My top 5 Drake songs, courtesy of Mike.
Okay. Yes.
Jumpman, Still Here.
Who?
Jumpman, Still Here.
Oh, yeah.
Hype, 10 bands, and Started from the Bottom. So those are my top 5 Drake songs. Now,
wait, no God's Plan?
Well, I can keep going through. God's Plan is number 6. There you go. That was the next one.
Oh, you
Nice
went 6.
What? Number 7, Nonstop. Number 8. Oh, that's a good one. Mob Ties. Yeah. Money in the Grave. Now that's a good one. Listen to Money in the Grave. Dude, I can keep going on and on. Drake's a big popular when I work out. That's one of my go.
I like him, and I'm sure I've heard like a ton of songs that he does. I can't identify any of them except for God's Plan because my kids would listen to it, and I knew it. But like Drake's one of those guys, like he's on every album too, right? It's like everybody featuring Drake featuring everybody.
Him and DJ Khaled.
Another one. That's another one.
DJ Khaled
and Drake.
Hey,
now Bill Barra, who just made those comments, he is a DJ. He'll let you know, Ed, what you missed, and he'll also let you know that probably will correct me and say that Drake and DJ Khaled never hooked up for a hit. But oh well.
Real quick, and I know we got one more to get to. One more.
Yes.
One more to get to.
One more.
We got a few more minutes. But just want to circle back around Salem's Market in the Hill District. That's the new grocery store that just opened up recently.
Salem's Market.
Yep, check it out. Okay, it's on
our last story of the week, and I'll go with you to Salem's Market if you want to go and check it out.
Let's do it. We'll do a oneBURGH thing.
Great. Hey, our last story came from WPXI yesterday. This is an instant classic. There is wild turkeys on the loose in Brighton Heights. They are mad as hell. They must be very hold on a second. Bill Barra said, "I'm on One is the best" from DJ Khaled and Drake. You know that one, Ed? I'm on
that's
One.
Another good one. Yeah, that is another.
Sing a little bit of it. Do you know it?
I can't sing it off by hand. I'd have to.
You don't know it.
Spotify.
You don't know.
No, I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Give me a lyric then. Give me like one line from it.
Ready?
That doesn't include "I'm on One."
Okay, ready?
Okay.
DJ Khaled, another one.
So anyway, WPXI reports that these wild turkeys are out there. They're chasing people up the street. They're blocking cars. And I guess that's is somewhat meaningless until they interviewed this lady, and she gave the quote of the year to WPXI. She said, "We're being attacked by gangster turkeys. Now we got wildlife," and this thing's blocking the building, the UPMC building's blocking it, but it says, "Now we got wildlife running this city." So this is wild. And I'm so happy this lady gave this post because, one, it brought me so much joy, but it also gave me so many great memories to think back on gangster turkeys that have taken over this city. I love the visual. I love the name. In fact, I want to buy gangsterturkeys.com and just put this picture on it.
So a couple thoughts. One is this lady looks like and you remember her, my great aunt Helen, who passed away a long time ago. Somebody very, very close to me. Very resemblance there. I love that. I love that look. Number 2, she probably would have said something like this too, which is even funnier.
Wait a second. In what way does she look like your Aunt Helen? This is an African-American woman. You are a Caucasian.
That part of it, but everything else, I look at that, I think of her. But listen, the gangster turkeys, man, I love when Yinzers get on the local news, and I love it even better when the editors, producers, whoever's making these decisions at 2, 4, 11 say, yes, Put
Yeah.
that person on the news. I know
Of
our
course.
friends at DVE, they I think a Yinzer in the news type thing on their morning show throughout.
Yeah.
This one's got to make it. There's
Oh,
been
yeah.
so many good ones over the year. I've sent you a bunch over the years. And
Yes.
anytime you can get a Yinzer on the news talking about a local news story, man, it is TV, radio, social media gold.
Well,
Gangster
remember, the
Turkey.
most recent guy was the guy with long hair whose lightning struck his house, and he had that T-shirt, Free Shirt Friday T-shirt in like his little house, and he was like, and the lightning came and went boom, crash, boom. That guy's great. What would be great is there's also a guy whose house was on fire and he was eating French fries. Remember him?
Yeah, from Homestead, I think. He's like, is that the guy who said Pittsburgh's the greatest place to be?
He was like, Stanley McKee, you all know me. Pittsburgh Steely says we went from jive turkeys to gangster turkeys. That is true. That is true. Two different things, though.
You think,
Steely.
And let me tell you, there is a lot of wildlife in and around the city. Deer, turkeys, all kind of fun stuff running around. Foxes. Of course, anytime anybody sees a fox, it's like these neighborhood HOA pages just stop. Did anybody see the fox down on?
Oh, people love talking on their Facebook HOA pages. Did anyone see a bat?
Why are people so intrigued by foxes? Because they don't come out during the day, and when they do, it's like crazy. I don't know. I don't get it. I love foxes. I'm not saying I don't love
Is it because they eat small dogs and they'll eat your cats and your dogs?
I guess that could be one, right? I guess that would be concerning. But you got wildlife running the city. So you got gangster turkeys.
The part of this quote that we cut out, the meme is funny, but the quote actually is, she says, we're getting attacked by gangster turkeys. It's bad enough that people are killing each other, but now we have wildlife running this city. This lady had a lot to say. And here's my idea, and go with me on this. Let's get this lady. Let's get the boom, ching, boom, lightning guy. Let's get the guy who ate McDonald's and says, everybody knows me. Let's get all of the Pittsburgh news funny people together and recreate We Are the World.
I love it, man. I love it. I love the idea. I love to run with it.
Right?
That'd be good. It's got to do it like in a Pittsburghese type of,
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Yins are the world. Yins are the world.
We are the Berg. We are the Yinzers. I'm going to work on that today.
Do these turkeys that are they like the Bloods and the Crips, like back in the 90s, the feud, the East Coast versus West Coast? Do they have red bandanas on, blue bandanas on, that type of thing going on?
I saw someone say that, and the post was absolutely hilarious. They said, I never knew that Gangster's Paradise by Coolio was from the point of view of a pigeon or a turkey.
Who would have thought it, right?
Who would have thought it? Well, hey, guys, that's our 5 moments for today. We've done about 30 minutes. That's what the algorithm likes. Master Zuckerberg is happy with us here at oneBURGH. Thanks to Bill and Pittsburgh Steely for checking it out. Ed, thanks for being here today. We'll do it again, I guess, next week at this time.
Let's do it.
A lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So for Ed Troop, our sports Yinzer director, for the lady who said that the city is being taken over by gangsta turkeys, I'm Brian Carruthers, your Yinzer in Chief, and we'll see you next time here on oneBURGH. Bye, everybody.